Ladies and gentlemen, I want to talk to you today about the importance of protecting your peace, especially as you grow older. Life is too short to spend it with the wrong people. You've worked hard, you've loved deeply, you've been through storms, and now more than ever, you deserve to be surrounded by those who uplift and encourage you. But here's the truth: some people will drain your energy, steal your joy, and keep you from enjoying the full, abundant life that is meant for you. That's why today I want to share with you 5 types of people you must avoid in Old Aginot, because you don't love them, but because you love yourself enough to guard your heart. We all know someone who always has something negative to say. No matter what's happening in the world, no matter how good things are, they will find a reason to complain. The sun is shining. It's too hot. It's raining. It's too gloomy. You give them good news. Well, let's see how long that lasts. These are the people who seem to carry a dark cloud over their heads. And if you're not careful, they will pull you into that same storm. Here's what you need to understand. Negativity is contagious. If you spend too much time around people who complain, you will start to see life through that same distorted lens. Instead of waking up with gratitude, you'll wake up expecting problems. Instead of seeing possibilities, you'll see obstacles. Little by little, their constant complaints will drain your energy and steal your joy. And the danger is, complainers don't just complain about their own lives, they will also start planting seeds of doubt in yours. You might be excited about something new, but they will remind you of everything that could go wrong. You could be looking forward to a trip, and they'll start telling you about all the things that might be inconvenient. You could be talking about how blessed you feel, and they'll shift the conversation to everything that's wrong in the world. Before you know it, your joy gets replaced with frustration. Your enthusiasm turns into hesitation, and your faith gets overshadowed by fear. But hear me today. You don't have time for that. You've come too far, been through too much, and learned too many lessons to let someone else's negativity dictate your happiness. You have worked hard for your peace. You have fought through battles, survived challenges, and made it to this season of your life with wisdom and strength. You deserve to enjoy each day without being dragged down by someone else's complaints. That's why you have to be intentional about who you allow into your space. It doesn't mean you stop loving people, but it does mean you start setting boundaries. When someone starts going on and on about everything that's wrong, don't get pulled into the conversation, shift it to something positive. If they insist on staying in that negative place, it's okay to limit your time with them. Your mental and emotional well-being are worth protecting. Instead, surround yourself with people who lift you up. Be with those who see the silver lining, who speak life, who remind you of the good things happening around you. Find friends who celebrate, who encourage, who bring laughter and joy into your life, because at this stage of life, you deserve peace. You deserve happiness. You deserve to spend your days with people who make life better, not heavier. So today, make a decision. No more constant complainers. No more letting negativity steal your joy. No more giving your energy to people who don't bring you peace. Life is a gift. Make sure you're sharing it with the right people. We all know people who seem to thrive on drama. It's as if they can't go a day without stirring something up, spreading gossip, or creating unnecessary conflicts. They're always involved in some kind of argument. If it's not with their family, it's with their friends, their coworkers, or even complete strangers. And if they're not in the middle of a crisis, they'll find a way to pull you into one. These are the people who love to take small issues and turn them into major problems. If someone says one wrong word, they blow it out of proportion. If something doesn't go their way, they act like it's the end of the world. And let's be honest, most of the time, the things they get upset about aren't even that serious. But because they live for the drama, they turn every inconvenience into a battle. Now, if you're not careful, these drama makers will rob you of your peace. You might start out just listening to their stories, trying to be a good friend, but before you know it, their chaos starts creeping into your own life. You'll find yourself feeling anxious over situations that have nothing to do with you. You'll catch yourself getting worked up over things that aren't even your problems. And suddenly you're carrying stress that was never meant to be yours in the first place. But let me tell you something. You don't have time for that. You have reached a point in life where peace is more valuable than pointless arguments. You've worked too hard to find joy, to heal from past hurts, and to build a life that is filled with love and gratitude. Why waste another second getting caught up in unnecessary drama? Some people may try to pull you in with their gossip. They'll come to you whispering about what someone else did, expecting you to take sides, fueling the fire of division. But let me encourage you, don't take the bait. The moment you entertain gossip, you become part of the drama. Instead, be a person who spreads peace. When someone starts talking negatively about others, steer the conversation in a different direction. If they insist on staying in that toxic cycle, it's okay to walk away. Others might try to drag you into their conflicts. They'll tell you how unfair someone was to them, how they need your support to fight this battle, but not every battle is yours to fight. You are not responsible for fixing everyone's problems. You are not called to mediate every disagreement. There is a difference between being a friend and being a referee in someone else's chaos. At this stage in your life, peace is your priority. Surround yourself with people who bring calm, not chaos. Choose relationships that bring joy, not stress. When you wake up in the morning, you should feel excitement for the day ahead, not anxiety about the next dramatic situation someone might pull you into. So today, make a decision. No more drama makers. No more wasting your energy on negativity. No more getting caught up in battles that don't belong to you. Life is too precious, and your peace is too valuable. Protect it, guard it, and walk forward in the freedom that comes when you choose peace over pointless conflict. Have you ever been around someone who, after just a few minutes of conversation, leaves you feeling completely exhausted? It's like they take every ounce of joy, peace, and energy you have and leave you drained. These are the energy drainers, the people who constantly take but never give, who always need something from you but never pour anything back into your life. Energy drainers come in many forms. Some are always in crisis mode. Every time you talk to them, something is wrong. They never seem to have a good day. If it's not one problem, it's another. They don't really want advice, and they're not looking for solutions. They just want to unload their burdens onto you, expecting you to carry their weight along with your own. And if you're not careful, you'll spend so much time trying to help them that you'll end up running on empty yourself. Then there are those who are never satisfied. No matter how much you do for them, it's never enough. You could spend hours listening to them, supporting them, helping them, and they will still come back wanting more. They don't appreciate your efforts. They just expect them. And after a while, you realize that this relationship is one-sided. You're always giving and they're always taking. Some energy drainers are complainers. They always find something wrong with every situation. You could be celebrating a wonderful moment in your life and they'll find a way to bring up something negative. You could be feeling good about yourself and they'll remind you of something that didn't go right. Their negativity is like a cloud that follows them everywhere. And if you spend too much time around them, that cloud will start to hang over your life too. Then there are the ones who bring drama. They're always dealing with some kind of issue, always wrapped up in some kind of conflict. They call you not to encourage you, not to check on you, but to pull you into their latest problem. And every time you talk to them, you leave feeling heavier, more burdened, and completely drained. But let me tell you something. You were not created to carry the weight of other people's problems at the expense of your own peace. You have worked too hard to find joy, to create a peaceful life, to grow into the person you are today. You cannot afford to let someone else's constant needs, complaints, or chaos steal that from you. Now, does this mean you stop caring about people? Of course not. We are called to be kind, to be compassionate, to help where we can. But there is a difference between helping someone and allowing them to drain you. There is a difference between being there for a friend and being someone's emotional dumping ground. You have to learn to set boundaries. It's okay to say no. It's okay to limit your time with people who leave you feeling exhausted. It's okay to put your well-being first. Because if you are constantly drained, you won't have anything left to give not to yourself, not to the people who truly love you, and not to the things that bring you joy. Instead, surround yourself with people who refresh you, who uplift you, who bring energy into your life instead of taking it away. Be with those who inspire you, who make you laugh, who encourage your dreams instead of weighing you down with their problems. Life is too short to spend it feeling drained. Choose relationships that fill your heart, not ones that leave you empty. So today, make a decision. No more energy drainers. No more giving all your strength to people who never give anything back. No more allowing others to take away the joy and peace you have worked so hard to build. Protect your energy, guard your heart, and surround yourself with those who bring light into your life, not those who drain it away. Some people live their entire lives looking in the rearview mirror. They are stuck in yesterday talking about what could have been, what should have been, and what went wrong. Every conversation is about the past. They relive old mistakes, dwell on past hurts, and refuse to move forward. And if you're not careful, they will keep you stuck there with them. These past dwellers will remind you of failures you've long since moved on from. They will bring up old wounds, rehashing painful moments as if they just happened. They will talk about regrets the missed opportunities, the wrong decisions, the relationships that didn't work out. And even if you're trying to live in the present and embrace the future, their words will pull you back to a place you no longer belong. But hear me today. You cannot move forward if you're always looking backward. You were not created to live in regret. You were not meant to carry the weight of the past on your shoulders. What's behind you is behind you for a reason. The mistakes, the hurts, the disappointments, they were lessons, not life sentences. You learned from them, you grew from them, and now it's time to leave them where they belong. In the past, some past dwellers love to remind you of your failures. Maybe you made a bad decision years ago, and every time you talk to them, they bring it up. They act as if that one mistake defines your entire life. But let me remind you, you are not your past. You are not your mistakes. You are not the bad choices you made. You are a person who has grown, changed, and become wiser through experience. The past may have shaped you, but it does not have to define you. Other past dwellers cling to old hurts. They hold on to resentment like it's a treasure. They can recite word for word what someone said to them 20 years ago. They hold grudges, reliving old arguments, replaying past betrayals, and when you're around them, they try to get you to join them in their bitterness. But carrying unforgiveness only weighs you down. You cannot embrace the joy of today if your hands are still holding on to the pain of yesterday. Then there are those who constantly talk about the good old days. Now, there's nothing wrong with reminiscing and cherishing good memories. But when someone refuses to believe that their best days are still ahead, they stop truly living. They stay stuck in a time that no longer exists, longing for things to be like they were before, instead of embracing the beauty of what is and what's to come. You have to make a decision. Are you going to keep looking back, or are you going to move forward? Asterisk, asterisk, the past cannot be changed, but your future is still unwritten. You have new dreams to pursue, new experiences to embrace, and new joys waiting for you. Don't let anyone convince you that life's best moments are behind you. The truth is, your best days are still ahead. So if there are people in your life who keep pulling you into the past, whether through regret, resentment, or nostalgia, it's time to set boundaries. You don't have to stay stuck just because they refuse to move forward. You have permission to let go. You have permission to embrace today and step boldly into the future. From this moment on, choose to be around people who inspire growth, not those who keep you chained to what's already done. Surround yourself with those who encourage you to keep moving, keep dreaming, and keep believing, because life is too precious to waste it dwelling on what's behind. There is so much more waiting for you, and it's time to move forward with faith, confidence, and joy. There will always be people who try to tell you what you can't do. People who believe that dreams have an expiration date, that opportunities are only for the young, and that at a certain point you should just settle for what life has already given you. These are the dream killers. They will look at you and say, "You're too old for that. Why are you trying something new at this stage in life? Shouldn't you just slow down and take it easy?" But let me tell you something. Dreams don't have an age limit. If there's breath in your body, there's purpose in your life. As long as you are here, you still have something to give, something to create, something to pursue. And no matter what anyone says, it is never too late to step into the life you've always wanted. Dream killers don't always come in the form of strangers or critics. Sometimes they are the people closest to you, family members who mean well but don't see the vision you have in your heart, friends who project their own fears and limitations onto you, people who have settled in their own lives and don't want to see you rise to something greater because it reminds them of the chances they never took. If you listen to them long enough, you'll start to believe them. You'll start shrinking your dreams to fit their small-minded thinking. You'll start doubting yourself, questioning whether you really have what it takes. And before you know it, you'll stop trying, stop hoping, stop believing that more is possible. But here's the truth. What's inside you is too valuable to let someone else talk you out of it. The dreams in your heart weren't placed there by accident. That vision you have, that idea that keeps coming back to you, that desire to create, to grow, to accomplish something new that's not just random, that is purpose calling you forward. You may have started later than others. You may have faced setbacks along the way. But that doesn't mean you have to give up. Some of the greatest success stories came from people who refused to listen to the doubters. Colonel Sanders started KFC in his 60s. Vera Wang didn't design her first wedding dress until she was 40. Morgan Freeman didn't get his big acting break until he was in his 50s. They could have listened to the dream killers. They could have settled, but instead they kept going. And you can too. You don't need permission from anyone to dream. You don't need approval to take the next step. You don't have to wait for someone to believe in you. Believe in yourself. The opinions of others don't determine your destiny. Their doubts don't define your potential. Their fears don't have to become your reality. So when the dream killers show up, when they try to tell you it's too late, when they try to talk you out of what's in your heart, don't argue with them. You don't have to convince them. Just keep moving forward. Let your actions speak louder than their words. Let your success be your response. Because at the end of the day, this is your life. Asterisk, asterisk, not theirs. You are the one who will have to live with the choices you make. And if you let someone else's doubts keep you from pursuing what's in your heart, you will always wonder what could have been. So today, make a decision. Ignore the dream killers. Keep believing, keep growing, keep chasing after what sets your soul on fire. The best chapters of your story haven't been written yet. Your dreams are still alive. And no matter what anyone says, it's not too late. Life is too short to spend it with people who drain your energy, steal your joy, and keep you stuck in places you've outgrown. You have worked too hard, learned too many lessons, and come too far to let the wrong people pull you down in your later years. This is your time to live in peace, to walk in purpose, and to enjoy the life you've built. Avoid the constant complainers who always see the worst in every situation. Stay away from the drama makers who stir up conflict and bring unnecessary chaos into your life. Distance yourself from the energy drainers who take but never give, who leave you exhausted instead of uplifted. Let go of the past dwellers who refuse to move forward and try to keep you locked in yesterday's mistakes and regrets. And most importantly, ignore the dream killers who try to convince you that it's too late, that you've missed your chance, or that you should stop reaching for something greater. Instead, surround yourself with people who lift you up. Choose relationships that bring joy, laughter, and encouragement. Spend time with those who celebrate life, who inspire you to keep growing, who remind you that your best days are still ahead. Because at this stage in life, your peace is priceless. Your happiness matters. Your dreams are still valid. And you deserve to spend your time with people who make life better, not heavier. So be intentional about who you allow into your space. Protect your heart, guard your energy, and step boldly into this season knowing that the right people will build you up and the wrong ones have no place in your journey. This is your time to thrive. Choose wisely, walk confidently, and embrace the life that still has so much more to offer. Your story isn't over, it's just getting started.